I might be on vacation, but that doesn't mean we're taking the week off. You're listening to Idea Charger Radio. Hey, Success Chargers, welcome back. We're here for episode 21. That's right. I'm on vacation, but that doesn't mean we're taking the week off. Why? Because I promised you every Tuesday I would be here, and I'm not letting you down now. This is the very time where the good stuff gets done. Hey, listen, I hope you're taking an opportunity to be with your family, your friends, your loved ones, getting some good work done. On that note, I'd like to send out a special happy birthday to my dad. He's the one listener I can count on that's not listening ever. But I'm going to wish him a happy birthday anyway, because he and Mom, they don't understand the podcast thing. But that's all right. Super excited. In fact, as you listen to this, I will have just spent a few days with him, and probably am on my way to go spend time with the in-laws. So, listen, we're super excited and really, really, really happy. One of the things I'll tell you that we're always mindful of, as we get older, we start to realize that our parents weren't as crazy as we thought that they were when we were younger, right? I know that as I get older, the length of time between the uptake of the advice my dad offers and me actually accepting that advice gets shorter and shorter. I'd love to have him do a podcast, but he's already retired and he doesn't have any interest. So anyway, Dad, happy birthday. Hope you're having a great one. And it was really good to see you over the holiday. But this coming year, I want you to really think about what you are going to do this next year. Are you surrounded by influential people that do give you good advice? And my challenge to you, as I've given it before, is it may be time to upgrade the people that you're spending time with. I mean, I get it. You may be required at your office to be there with people like Ashley from Accounts Payable, Michael from Marketing, and Stanley from Shipping, but that's not the people I'm talking about. No, not your loved ones either. See, most of our waking hours, we're at work. I mean, we spend maybe more hours in the day with our family, but a good portion of that we're actually asleep, or we should be. For those of us that have toddlers at home, you should be asleep. But that's the way it goes. The question is, how are you spending your time? Because as you've heard it, look, I'm going to give you this quote, and I've heard it attributed to so many people. Let's just agree that this is a good piece of conventional wisdom that makes a lot of sense. You ready? We become the average of the 5 people with whom we spend the most time. Think about that. People that you choose to spend your time with. Not talking about your loved ones, not talking about the people that you're forced to be around at work. But when you make a conscious choice, who do you hang out with? Who are the people that you spend your time around? Maybe it is the people that you work with. If you stop and think about that, as I kind of look at this from another perspective, maybe you think the people that you work with are not good people of integrity. Maybe they're bringing you down. Maybe they're chronic whiners, complainers. They like to throw big fits, but they don't like to do anything to make their situation any better. If that's the case, why are you still there? Because you are better than that, right? Now, I get it. We all want a job because we've got to pay the bills. And listen, one of the most freeing things I ever did was fired myself from an old job and got myself a new one. I have the best part-time job in the world. If I want to go spend time with my family and take 2 or 3 weeks to go do that, I can. I have that kind of freedom. I might not make any money, but that's okay because the times that I do choose to work and go out to the folks that I've partnered with that constantly send me work and keep me on the road and get me out there doing a lot of great things, my clients and folks that I love working with, there's plenty there, but I'm in control. And I want you to have that kind of freedom in your career as well. But a little over a year and a half ago, there was a group of guys that are here in town, in the Houston area. We're all based here. We all happen to be people who are speakers and consultants and sort of like-minded folks. We've known each other for a while, but we found out we had something else in common, and that was our faith. So we created a group called Men of Faith Who Speak and decided that we would be a mastermind group that we get together with about once a month. And most months we're able to make that happen. So usually early on in the month, we gather for breakfast for a couple hours on a Friday morning, and we just get together and we help each other out. And in the past year, I've had several things. I mean, I can remember. I mean, these are guys you can be incredibly vulnerable with, and at any given time over the past year and a half, I think I've seen every member of that group at one time or another be on an ecstatic high and be on a really blue low. I mean, we've ridden this roller coaster, but we've done it together. we were surrounded by people that understood the struggle that we were going through, and people that could prop us up and remind us that we happen to all be men that are centered in our faith, but also know the power of having positive, encouraging relationships around us, and people that really help us bring out the best. And I'm going to be honest, one of the group's members is a friend of mine named Jim Jacobus. Now, some of you may know Jim or know of him. Jim has a couple of podcasts that he does. One's called In the Sales Arena, which is fantastic, and we're going to talk about that one here in just a minute. But he also does another one with his wife, Your Relationship Matters, and they really geared that toward some incredible work that they do for people who are just about to get married or in very serious relationships. They claim that there's some married folks that listen to what they've got. They've got some good advice, some really good stuff. But I want to talk for a minute about Jim, because Jim is coming off really a great year, and I don't think he'd mind me sharing that, because he's shared that with his listeners. He's been very blessed, very fortunate to have some good fortune come his way. He's worked very hard. He's very much deserved it. And Jim, congratulations to you for a great 2015. I'm looking forward to hearing about what goes on for you in 2016 as this all continues. But one of the things about Jim is that he's not only focused on building his business. He's not somebody that that is only worried about himself. He's a very giving person, and I think you'll find that. In fact, I would encourage you, listen to his podcast, In the Sales Arena. It comes out every week. They're usually episodes less than about 30 minutes, so he's designed them to fit inside a salesperson's commute. And you probably heard me say, look, we're all in sales. We're all selling something, an idea. Whether you're in a direct sales role or not, I think there's something you can learn and gather from what he's got. So it's not just his experiences and wisdom and things that he likes to put on you, but he occasionally brings in folks that he interviews that bring a nice dimension to it. And I want to credit Jim because he challenged me this past year to actually start this podcast. He put that challenge on our whole group. Some of the members of the podcast or of our mastermind group, have been on other podcasts. I launched mine. The other gentlemen have worked on some other projects that I've not done yet. So we'll probably change shoes, and you'll hear me promote their shows when they fire up and get going. If you want to go back and listen to someone else from our group, go back and listen to my friend Mike Lejeune. We did an interview here on this show back a few episodes, and he was there. He's another leadership speaker and consultant. He's been a mentor and a good friend to me here in Houston since I arrived here it's been almost 6 years ago. Wow, time's really flown. It's all there. But I really want to say a special thanks to Jim, and really a thanks to each of you. I'm very grateful this year. This is episode 21, which means we've been going on every week for the past 21 weeks. So let's call it 5 months. And man, I'm excited. I'm really pumped. I have found a tremendous amount more focus in really wanting to put something out there each and every week that has value for you. And I hope that it is. And I really want to continue to hear from some of you. So, hey, drop us an email, podcast@ideacharger.com. Let us know this coming year. What do you want to hear more of? What do you want to hear less of? What's working for you, what's not. And with that, I'm going to pay homage in this episode to Jim. Because I could give you a big, long message today, but I'm not. All right, we're right here just before New Year's, and look, I get it. There's a lot of college football. It's going to be on the next couple of days. You want to get to it. That's fine. Don't let me slow you down. But let me offer this. I want you to go back. I've put some links in the show notes because I want you to go listen to the last, there's a series of 4 episodes that Jim just recently wrapped up. Now, I guess since he wrapped that up, by the time this airs, or goes to post, there will be 2 or 3 episodes behind it. But I have links there for all of those. Jim challenged our group, and he does this with all of his clients, to go out and do something. He asked for 4 specific questions. And I know that my wife and I, while we're taking a little time out with the family this holiday season, between Christmas and New Year's, we've actually committed to each other that we're going to sit down, just the 2 of us, and have a good discussion around these 4 questions. And so Jim, for his In the Sales Arena, so if you just go to iTunes or go to Stitcher Radio, type in the Sales Arena, or go to his website, I've got a link there from the from the show notes, which are at ideacharger.com/episode 21. Spell out the word episode 21. All right. And you're going to find 4 links at the bottom. 1, 4 questions to ask yourself. And basically, the first question is what's really worked for you this year. The second episode is called What's Not Working for You and How Can You Make It Start Working? The third question, what new thing do you want to do in 2016? And number 4, what are you going to do in 2016 that is big? Now, you could just take those 4 questions and run with it. That's what you want to do. That's fine. But I really encourage you, spend about 20 minutes apiece with these episodes. All right. If you want the shortcut, just go to the 4th episode to listen to it because he gives you a nice recap. But Jim does a really nice job of sort of laying out what's going on behind this. And this is an exercise that he's done personally and professionally for the last number of years. He does it with his clients. He walks through this with his family, with his kids, with his wife. They do this every single year. And so my gift to you is to say, go listen to Jim because he's been a great inspiration for me this past year. And I look forward to getting him on the show here in 2016 because he's been doing some really cool stuff, working with some good folks in the real estate business, and he's done some work with some automobile dealerships and done some super work this past year with that and some other folks as well. And you may have seen him at some other conferences and things because he's been around, but been around in a good way. So, Jim, again, thank you for your continued support of the show. I hope my listeners enjoy listening to your stuff for a few days during this time off. And look, I haven't yet decided if I personally, if we're going to have an episode, I may actually not post one up that first week of January. Let me just see how it all plays out because I'm going to be really just unplugged and relaxed and thinking about what next year is going to look like. But I'll promise you this. We've got some fantastic things on tap. I'm lining up people right now that we're going to be doing interviews of, and we're going to bring back the interview series the first of next year. But let me hear from you. All right. So if I don't post something up next week, forgive me. I may skip. I may try to squeeze a little something in there. I got a new laptop I've been playing with, so who knows? Maybe I'll feel inspired over the holiday to put something up there. But in any case, looking forward to seeing you back here. Remember, if you really enjoy the show, I hope that you're sharing this with somebody. Just tell somebody about it. Would you do that? 2016 is going to be awesome. 2015, I hope for you, has been fantastic. Enjoy the last couple days of the year. We will see you next year, Success Chargers. Thanks a lot. If you enjoyed what you just heard, please post your 5-star review and subscribe to Success Charger today. Your future is waiting.